put your ding dong in my mouth.
Uh-huh. 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 Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very good. Mm-hmm. Speaking of firm. Minamemo-san, until now I've had a firm belief that newspapers are in the business of uncovering and publishing the truth. You're spot on there! The press doesn't lie, which is why I'm proud to wear the emblem of the Shoyu News on my... Oh, you dumb motherfucker. Anyway, that's more Minimemoism. Do they still do that in Japan? The fucking armbands? Cause like, you definitely...
I know they do it in China.
Yeah, you definitely don't see that as much anymore because of a certain German mustache model in the 40s. It seems the journalists who write for those papers don't always share the same passion for the truth. One of the things that I appreciate... Oh god, was it The Sound of Music? No, fucking... I got it mixed up. Okay, one of the things I appreciate about the movie The Pacifier... Mm-hmm. Very good movie. Very, very good comedic movie starring Vin Diesel, which I think we tried to watch one year, but we didn't end up doing it. But you've seen it, right?
Is that the one about,
where Vin Diesel is like a Marine and he becomes a babysitter for the group of kids.
That multiple times.
Oh, it's so good. It's like underrated classic in my opinion.
I actually, this morning was like humming myself a song.
Aww. That's really... What a weird coincidence, honestly. One of the best parts of that movie is when you think the, teenage, rebel figure, he gets in trouble with the student body, like the principal, because they found, Nazi stuff in his locker. Mm-hmm. And then it's revealed that he was in a musical for... The Sound of Music, and he'd rather people think he did Nazi than that he participated in the
musical.
The musical, yeah. And it's honestly just, I fucking love that movie so much. Every character is just a joy. Mm-hmm. It seems the journalists who write for those papers don't always share the same passion for the truth. Now let me tell you a story about my favorite person in the world, Vin Diesel. My good best friend.
Oh.
What? Are you suggesting that you are best friends with an American movie star from the 21st century? Yes. Oh god, head rush. Did you get another cup of orange juice out?
No, that's your cup.
Then why were you drinking out of it?
Because I could.
I see. Fair enough. Alright. Minamemo-san, do you recognize this fountain pen? Ah! This pen was found at the scene of Miss Brett's death. In fact, the murdered victim was gripping it in her hand when she died. Or as she died. What do you... If you look at the barrel of the pen, you'll notice that its owner's initials are engraved there. R.M. This honestly would have been a much shorter case had my best friend's initials not also been R.M. Can you name anybody else that has the same initials as you? I bet you can't. Thank you for bringing that up, Counsel. The initials of the accused, Ray Membami. Well, actually... That's where it's funny, because her first name is actually Membani. Her name is Membami Ray. It's not, but I thought I would give you a good runaround there for a second. Oh shit! Raiten Mamenmo. Menimimo. This horse dung! Can't you see? One of the central tenets of minimalism is being a pencil user. And yet, as the court will clearly be able to see, on your right hand, you have a very obvious blue ink stain that you've not washed off. even though the crime occurred 2 days ago. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's just like the detective who kept like the entire dinner.
That makes more sense though, because that makes sense for his character. This is like, I'm trying to pretend like I use a pencil because I lost my pen and I don't want to be connected to this case. But you know, I'm just gonna keep this ink stain on my hand.
Do you know how hard it is to get ink stain off your skin?
Yes! It's not that hard! It would appear that you have... Like, I would be viciously scrubbing ink stain off my skin if I just happened to smudge my hands a little. Like, if it was just a minor inconvenience to me. If I was fucking guilty of murder, like, come on! Like I said, if this guy is just a journalist and he's not actually the murderer... Holy shit, is he the worst journalist I've ever seen? It would appear you must have rather carelessly left it somewhere recently. Your favorite fountain pen, that is. Horsey dang! Minamemo-san, is it not the case that before she died, you met with Giselle Brett in that beach hut? Why should we listen to this absurd nonsense? It's nothing but another excuse. Exactly. Show you news will stand behind me all the way. I deny everything. There must be as many people with the initials RM as there are stars in this night sky. The defense is neither the time nor the inclination to count every star in the sky. Why not? It seems very important.
I just realized something.
What?
She's facing down, and I'm gonna sit on her face.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's always why I don't like Gal Gadot, but that's why I always thought it was fun to have her on a blanket so he could just sit on Gal Gadot's face. And there's no need anyway, because this pen has more to tell. Yes, there is another clue. A blues clues, I assume. I assume the poison is blue. The blue just seems like a poison color, you know? Or maybe green. Shit, that actually makes more sense. Anyway, a clue that undeniably blue proves who its owner really is. A green's clues. No, that's stupid. I don't want to call it that. In that case, counsel, stop rambling on and show the court where this alleged clue lies. Of course, Your Excellency. It's right here.
Isn't it the emblem?
No, I think it's the tube. Oh shit! No, I think you're right. Nah, we'll get to the tube. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I should have just read the script. Oh, hold on. There we go. Look what I found. An emblem that will, of course, recognize Minamemo-san. Oh shit! I should have taken this fucking armband off. Goodness me! It's the emblem of the Shoyu News. So there must have been someone from the Shoyu News there that did the murder. Yes, Your Excellency. Rolls eyes. The owner of this pen is an employee of the Shoyu News, whose initials are RM. So that narrows it down quite a bit, wouldn't you say? Yes, we need to find we need to go through the Shoyu News and find every employee whose initials are RM.
Well, he's standing right there. That's the only one.
Holy shit, you're right! Suddenly the stars in the night sky don't seem so numerous, do they? Well, Minamemo-san, how do you respond? Nah. I don't respond. Order! Order! Explain yourself, witness. Witness me. Always wanted to say that.
Yeah, they go crazy.
So this is how the mighty Supreme Court works, is it? Using coercive tactics to have well-meaning citizens reveal harmless secrets. I've used nothing but honest tactics. I hardly doubt that. Alrighty then. I won't try to hide it anymore. Yes, not long before that grim and tragedy unfolded, I, a show you news reporter on behalf of the public, conducted an interview with the Englishwoman. An interview? You never mentioned this before! When exactly was this? As I said, it was before that evil little student girl showed up, her face in the hat. No, we have to prove that it was after she died. It couldn't have lasted more than 2 or 3 minutes, that's all. It was just a brief exchange. But it came to nothing, and as we Minimoys say, the people don't pay the dues for unworthy news.
Rhyming aside, however insignificant you deem it to be, this court cannot and will not overlook the meeting between yourself and the victim. You will testify now under oath about the precise nature of this meeting and what transpired. And please, for the love of God, don't lie under oath. That'd be bad. It happens a lot in this world, I guess. But don't do it. I'm keeping an eye on you. If you lie under oath, that's perjury, and I'll give you a stern finger waggle. Got it. Yes, alrighty. But one condition. Condition? In all good conscience, I couldn't speak out alone about this. You need to call back the earlier witness, Sasaki Natsume-san. Sasaki-san? Oh yeah, according to my notes here, that man has a secret of his own. Embrace yourselves, because it's not a harmless one. He's big. He's actually 10 cats in a man costume. What?
Oh my god. He's cracked the case wide open.
Minimalism states that one man's secret is every other man's front page story. That's the reason why I didn't let the story go out. Is because I wanted to save it. The murder is interesting, yes, and that will make front page news the day after tomorrow. Tomorrow's front page news is the fact that renowned author Sasaki-san is actually cats in a man costume. That seems way more interesting, does it not? That will sell the papers like hotcakes, I assume. I've never had a hot cake. I don't know what it would taste like or why it would sell out quickly.
Officer, summon the early witness back to the stand. We have to prove whether or not he's 10 cats in a man costume. Quick, somebody get a laser pointer. Oh shit, have those been invented yet? Sokaseki-san, hiding something.
No, I got it. The cat flapper door.
Someone get some goddamn catnip in here. Holy shit, what's that smell?
Oh, such a succulent scent has percolated my petulant nostrils. Oh, I'm just gonna rub my whole body against this. Ashley, stop rubbing against me, you cats man. You kitty cat, dance. I asked the Englishwoman for an interview, but she declined, so I left the hut without making a fuss. Then, watching secretly from outside, I saw the woman take off her clothes and... after that, I saw the woman being stabbed and the other witnesses come running. The detective realized that the victim still had a pulse, so he ran off to fetch help. That's when this Rata man here asked the woman a very significant question. But I didn't say anything about that in his testimony, which is why Minimalism demands I reveal it now. It's gonna be something related to the last case that Saseki was in. He was like, oh, did the fucking knife drop out of a window? The victim regained consciousness! And when she did, you decided to ask her a question? There's, yes, true, yes. He did, and that's not all. The woman gave him a very definitive answer. An answer that incriminates the accused. This is preposterous! Why am I only hearing about this now?
You are a crappy detective.
Why didn't you mention this before, you yokel hack? It wasn't even a conversation! Yes, I did pose the withering English rose a question, I won't deny it. But she could no longer speak. She was barely conscious even.
Counsel for the defense, I expect a thorough cross-examination to be conducted here. The court must and will know the truth.
Absolutely, Your Excellency. The reports is claiming that Miss Brett implicated Ray somehow. What on earth could have happened in that hut? Alright, well, I think this is gonna be good before it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
What time is it?
Almost 2:30.
What time do you work?
3:30.
3:30.
So I think we're gonna stop here soon.
Okay.
You want to stop before?
I want to try to get through this cross-examination at least. I think we'll have time for that.
Hold it.
I want to know what the question is. More importantly, I want to know what fucking Komeiji found on the mall roof. What did you find? What was it? Oh yeah, he found the body.
I think he found something else too.
No, I think it was the body. I think that was the what ended up being. I mean, it's not important. It's for the other game that other murder mystery game we're playing right now. What question? What exactly did he say? Well, now you should hear that from the horse's mouth, I think. Don't you, Mr. Raita-san? I'm cramping my foot. I was with him, you yokel hack. What did you hear her say? What did you say to her? What did you say to that dying English woman?
I'm pregnant as yours.
Well, in truth, I'd been catching crabs at the water's edge and building caches in the sand.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Seaside is a place to be at leisure, I suppose, even for a grown man.
But then all of a sudden, from that little beach hut, a young girl's panic-stricken cries for help pierced the air. Ray. I ran up to the beach to see what was happening, to find the defendant leaning over the collapsed victim. As soon as Inspector Hosanaga saw Miss Brett on the crowd, he sprinted off to get help. And then, just a moment later, I heard a faint moan. A moan from the dead Englishwoman. I remember something traumatizing. I nearly jumped out of my skin!
Are you a zombie?
What did you ask her, Soseki-san? What? I didn't ask her anything.
Who did
Oh,
this?
sorry,
to you?
I asked her, who did this to you?
Don't protract this any longer. How did the woman respond?
She didn't! She said nothing in response! But...
Well, in the stand, you will answer the questions asked of you unambiguously. Now, without evasion or retentions? I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
I demand that you amend your testimony.
I will! I'm so glad that you come back. You're fun. You're fun. She never replied. She just lifted a trembling finger and pointed in the direction of the defendant. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, let's sneak a little peek at that. She pointed a finger at the defendant. Soseki-san, is that really true? It's not easy to stand here and say this, but when we first entered the beach hut, the English woman was sprawled on the floor before us, with the student girl standing on the far left side of her, far side of her. And when I asked who did this to you, the Englishwoman summoned her last ounce of strength to point a trembling finger at the back of the hut, which was, it can't be denied, in the direction of the student girl who stands accused today.
Or the photographer who was taking
Also
pictures.
true, yeah.
No.
So, Seki-san, why on earth did you neglect to mention this in your original testimony?
But fiddlesticks, I say!
This is not a British court of law. You will respond in Japanese and not in fiddlesticks. Yes, of course. The English woman did point her finger towards the back of the hut, but I was trembling. And she was trembling. Everything was a blur. Everything was trembling. I think there was an earthquake. No, I think it was just trembling. Thinking about it, I think perhaps she was pointing in a slightly different direction. Actually, no, it's not slightly, in a very different direction to where the student girl was standing. Somewhere to the back of the hut, where no one was standing at all.
You mean your memory of events and the direction of which the victim was pointing are both unclear?
Yes, that's it, unclear. But you know what else is unclear? If a ghost did the murder. Why do we keep going back to the ghost being the fucking culprit? Ghosts aren't real, you guys know that, right? Yes, the woman may barely have been conscious, and yes, perhaps her finger wavered slightly, but there can be no doubt that this was an attempt by the victim to confirm the identity of her assailant. Why? Because as the court can see, there was no one other than the accused in the direction the victim was pointing. It is now abundantly clear that no one, including ghosts, could have possibly committed this crime.
No.
Besides the accused. I am inclined to agree, and in the absence of any credible argument to the contrary, I believe we can now conclude this trial. Fuck! No!
The headline's writing itself. Wait, I took his accent.